Hey guys, how's it going? JJ here, Joe Sway. If you're new to the channel, that's my name. Hear me raw. Just a bunch of videos where I just talk about what goes on up here, what goes on in my life, in my world. You know, the more I live, the more I truly live. I notice that we are all storytellers, and we tell our stories in many different ways. There's so many different ways to tell our stories. There's so much to see. There's no such thing as an ordinary moment. Like, magical moments are happening all the time. Magical moments happening right now as I'm sitting here. Magical moments happening as you're watching me. Like, magic is happening. Like, you could be across the world right now for me, but here you are with me, and I'm with you. And you know, that is one of the things I want to talk about today, is like the one consciousness aspect. You know, that one consciousness really, it goes so deep, and the more I pay attention to things, the more I go out in nature, the more I meditate, the more that oneness, the more that you really do notice it, and that alone can help you solve so many problems. Like, because I know growing up, you know, I went to church, and I'm back in church now, but I will never step foot in a conventional church again. Like, as many things in this world, a lot of things have been corrupted, and religion is one of them. So, you know, I grew up going to church, and I thought going to church was supposed to help me do better, be a better person. You know, it's supposed to get you to be afraid of hell and all that stuff. But I know now, trying to do anything, controlling somebody by fear never works. It never does. Fear is not a good, like, it's a good tool to control people, but it's not a good tool. It's just never a good outcome. And that fear never stopped me from doing anything. In fact, that fear allowed me to be even worse. And, you know, living in fear, feeling that you're separated, feeling that you're alone, that alone causes so much pain. And if you watch a lot of, like, action movies, sometimes when they want to torture somebody, they don't hit them, they don't drown them, they don't do anything like that. They just put them in a room by themselves. No sound, no interaction, nothing. They're all alone all the time, so then they start losing track of time. Sometimes there'll be no sun either, you know? And so being alone is not something that we want, and that's something that happens when you figure out the whole one consciousness, that we're all one consciousness. That means you really are never alone. Like, we are all mirrors of each other. Like, we reflect each other. Like, we literally are just one. We all come from the same source. We are all so deeply interconnected. We can do amazing things with each other. We can communicate in so many different ways. We can thrive. And, you know, once we see that connection, once we've made that connection, and once you really feel that connection, your life just opens up. Life becomes beautiful. Life becomes a true journey, like it's supposed to be, not a cycle. Because we're here to live our journey, to live our story, to keep moving forward. But a lot of us are just going back and forth, just in circles and cycles, cyclical life. And you know, a life like that is kind of like being stuck in traffic, being at the DMV. It's like, it's extremely long. Like, your days are long. You feel like you've done nothing. You're still in the same place after days. Like, you just feel like you've been there for days. It's not fun. And one of my favorite shows, Supernatural, when this demon became the king of hell, and his hell was literally just people waiting in line. I'm just like, you know, that's deep right there. Like, a lot of us are living in hell, and there's no reason to really live like that. And one of the most hellish situations that a lot of us face is with our families. Like, families, for some reason, nowadays are the toughest. And, you know, it has to do with the fact that with your family, you have a lot of history with them. And because we've been asleep as generations for so long, most of us have been asleep. We're waking up now, but you know, they didn't have access to all this information that we are having. This spirituality, this meditation, this going within, this being love. You know, we all heard about the hippies, but you know, we call them the hippies, they're crazy, you know, all this peace and love and all that stuff. And who knew that love was the answer? But, you know, with all being asleep for so long, being so disconnected, and having lost that connection by eating the wrong foods, you know, watching the wrong things, listening to the wrong music, having wrong ideals, beliefs, you know, really holding on to these beliefs that we are powerless, that we don't have as much power as we actually do. You know, we've been belittling ourselves for a long time, and now we're trying to break that. And it is truly a beautiful thing. So when it comes to family, once you make that connection, most likely you're in the minority. And then the thing is, it's very hard to convince your family otherwise, because they've been knowing you. So they don't see you changing in front of their eyes, because a lot of times we're not really paying attention, you know, because I realized I really did not used to pay a lot of attention. So they don't see you growing, they don't see you changing, they still see you as that same person. You might be giving them new information, but they're just picturing the old you saying it, and it doesn't match up to them, it doesn't make sense. They don't want anything new, so they just want you to go back to who you were. So it can be a very painful thing if your family doesn't believe in you, if your mom or dad, they don't believe in you. Sometimes you might get called names. I mean, it is a hurdle. But what I learned best is to stop resisting, to stop trying to convince anybody, and just focus on yourself. Be who you are. Be who you are meant to be. And for me, I see that as being love. Trying to be love in every moment as much as possible, and pay attention to the moments where you come out of love, because those moments are really important. When you find out what triggers you to do something opposite of what you actually want to do. And once you do see that, you know, that oneness, and you make that connection, and you keep on working at it, and you get your intuition back, whenever you react, you will feel it. Because when we react, we're reacting from our past wounds, and, you know, we feel that pain. But if you're asleep, you'll miss it. But if you're awake, you're paying attention, if you're aware, you'll feel that emotion, and how negatively that emotion affects you. And you're not going to want that. And you have a decision to make right there, to find out where that pain came from, to accept the pain, to deal with the pain, and to move past the pain and love your loved ones. Because we're living in borrowed time. We're not always going to be here. One day you could wake up, your mom could be gone, your dad could be gone, your cousin, whatever. So don't separate yourself, because they're not at the same level as you are. They're not in the same level of consciousness as you are, because you at one point weren't there either. So be patient. Be who you are. Be what makes you happy. Whatever you want to do, whatever your ideal life is, whatever your ideal qualities are, embrace those qualities, be those qualities, be the change you want to see in the world, and let it all fall into place. So that's my video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button below, hit me up in the comments section, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more videos like these ones, and Cookie Monster and I bid you farewell. I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Peace. I missed a button.